Okay. Okay. I think that should be a bit better. Right? Okay. I think that should be a bit better. Right? That's way better. That's way better, chat. 100% better. Okay. Pull up. Trading view. We'll go for what will we sit on right now? Gold, I guess. CFD.
You, just you,
Of
building your
course.
app on base 44. Describe it. And it's
Oh. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Just broke, so technically entry. Technically entry right now. If it can close above this line or short, and follow back down to here if you think it's gonna fall. If you're looking for a short, then short here. But as we're seeing, continuation, so I wouldn't short. I think this is going to, because it's now breaking into this consolidation over here at the 540 levels. Some shorters are going to be squeezed out, and that could push price up to 545 in the very short term before a slight pullback or rejection at that level, like we've seen here. Big rejection as it crossed 545, so there's an order block there waiting to happen. The high for the day would be almost 4600, but not quite, 4595. Can mark out the zones that we have here. So we got tradings in a range here. So you got range here. You got a lot of consolidation and range along here. And you see it fell and came back down to here, rejected this low and filled and started a bull run. So just now we are still in a bull run. For the daily, we're still in a bull run. Yeah. So this is gold on the daily. Yo? My camera low-key fucking up. Weird. Weird. Maybe the cable's a little loose. You know, we have a small order here. If it fell back below here, we could expect it to tumble. You know, it could come back down to the 44, 48 levels. Brother, what is going on with my camera? One sec, chat. See if I can fix this shit. It'll be a loose wire or something. Let me just make sure everything's plugged in right. That should have fixed it. Hopefully. We'll see. Maybe not. So right now we are in a buy trade. Whoa.
game releases of the year at the best prices. Enjoy incredible savings with up to 35% off new releases. Loaded. Pay less. Game.
Yes, I get ads, because I'm a broke boy. Anyway, I'll be back in 2 seconds, chat. Keep clicking the wrong fucking thing. Yo, I'm here. Sorry. Hi, are you based in the UK? I am based in the UK, yes. I am based in the UK. First time on my platform. Well, welcome, man. It's my first live stream. I've been told by a few people, you see, I trade on Trading 212, and I've been told by a few people that they'd like to see some YouTube or some videos, maybe beginner-friendly tips and other things such like that. So I thought I'd give it a go and say why not, you know. I've done YouTube and live streaming and all that stuff before, but as you can see on the top left, I go by Yapple when I'm gaming and stuff like that. So when I game and live stream the games and stuff like that, I'm Yapple with 2 underscores. But all my trading and stuff like that, it's MrTipTopp. So you'll probably get to know me by MrTipTopp. But welcome. Glad to have you guys here. Obviously it's a UK Open just now, so we'll see that in 40 minutes. Right now we've got gold on the screen, so we've got price predictions for gold. We have order blocks here for shorters and buyers, consolidation, and then we have a clear bull trend market here with open gaps, which means it's not tightening up, losing interest, it's actually widening at the top there. So we still have a little bit of room left in this bull run. And in case you missed it, a little bit ago when we were down here, I had said that this is probably going to go up to the 540, 545 levels pretty soon, if it manages to break this order block, because there's one directly across here at those levels. So it hits 540, it's going to get rejected down a little bit like we see, and then hopefully this comes down, touches consolidation, and then continues upward. Here he is. Yep, here I am, man. Finally doing it. finally doing it. You know, why not? People asking for it, I'll give the people what they want. I got nothing to hide. I'm a pretty open guy. You know, if you want to know anything about me, whatever. You know, I've been trading for 5-6 years. I would say 7, but technically that would be illegal. I've been practicing since I was 17. We'll say that. So I've technically been in the market since 17. But I've been actively trading for around 6 years now. And no, before you ask, although I do give good tips, I can show you guys here my trading account, which is what I use. I don't really care. So this is obviously the practice account. I reset it every now and then. Right now I've got some plays on gold and some oil. Holding that for a good little turn, but right now on the practice we're 9,000 up, mainly gold, silver trades. That I do on the practice. This is just more grabbing my making sure that my headspace is where it should be and how to get used to big money before I have it, sort of thing, you know. So this is what I've always used. Trading 212 is a great platform for their practice. It follows the live market. They give you news updates, notifications. There is some janky little bits with it, obviously. If you use it, you'll know that. But overall, it's a good app. Low FX fees. Like I say, an easy to use practice account, easy to use charts, very user friendly, I would say. So yeah, I can switch to real money. You guys can see, I'm not a big time investor. I'm not a big time trader, anything like that. Me and the wife bought a house and got married 2 years ago. We also then went to Thailand. So as of 2 years ago, a lot of my money, a lot of my funds, a lot of my extra cash has just been going. What price is consolidation / purchase price? Okay, let me show you. Did I get rid of the other tab like an idiot? I did. Ha! What an absolute idiot. Okay, that's not. I bet you it's gone now. But I'll show you. Like I say, there's gonna be some technical difficulties. Oh no, it's here. It saves even though I don't have fucking. Okay, yeah. So a little bit saved, but not everything saved, obviously. But yeah, our price targets and consolidation. Do you mean what is consolidation, or do you want to know an entry price? Technically, entry price was Asia session, because typically UK likes to sell. UK and US lately have been selling and offloading a lot of gold, a lot of silver, just been getting hammered, especially with Iran and stuff like that. If you want anything to do with gold, silver, or oil, just literally type Trump, Iran, news, and there you go. There's all your things that are going to affect the price of gold and oil right there. This is what all the investors are looking at. This is what everybody who's trading is looking at. Basically gives you the overall situation of what's going on that would affect gold or oil. So if oil goes down, the general trading knowledge is oil goes down, gold goes up. Gold goes down, oil goes up. And right now that's what we've seen for the past, I'd say since what, December, January sort of time. It really dipped in about February, March, a lot. If we can see, I mean, yeah, this is all still May. I mean, this honestly was perfect entry, but yeah. So I'm sorry. Do you mean what price do you want to enter, or what price is consolidation, or what is consolidation? Do you need like an explanation for what it is, or do you want to know where to get in, or where to buy or where to sell? I can't tell you where to buy or sell. Does TradingView let you trade in stocks and shares ISA? Personally, I don't know. I use TradingView for the just for their charts. Their charts are really clean. They have good tools, and it's quicker than if you follow Trading 212. You'll get much more rapid updates on here on TradingView than you will on Trading 212. So even though I'm on Trading 212 and this is my primary trading, I also sometimes use Robinhood. I'm trying to get. I've actually applied. I'm going to be applying very soon. I haven't applied yet. Misstep. I'm going to be applying very soon for hopefully getting some shares in the SpaceX pre-IPO. If you didn't know about that, there are 3 brokerages right now that are offering for you to apply and buy SpaceX pre-IPO, so before it goes live. SpaceX is doing something that a lot of other companies do when they go out for IPO, which is they're offering the public shares at the same price as investors. So for once, we're not going to have to buy after market open, after the pump already happens, and then we're going to have to wait for a good while for all the consolidation to figure everything out and the pullback to happen. So right now, yeah, if you're trying to get into SpaceX or space stock, anything that's IPOing, keep an eye out for anything that they do like that. Public offerings, it's very good. SpaceX is one that's really good. Obviously, it's Elon Musk. He's not going to let a company burn. He'll work a company to its bone until he dies, until he draws his last breath. He'll keep working that company. He'll sleep there if he has to. Until SpaceX gets to Mars, Elon Musk isn't stopping. That's probably, it's all he's gone on about the past 10, 15 years is getting to Mars. So that's what he wants to do. It's what he's got the game plan for. Right now, my money's on Virgin Galactic. I can't lie. While I can't get into anything else, Virgin Galactic has got my money right now. I do have a couple of the gems, like Now. Now has been pretty good. IonQ has been pretty good. I did hit price target on here. Price target was 62, up from 46, I think. I got in at. So that one worked out. I'll never forgive myself because I sold Micron at about 86 a share. I don't think I'll ever forgive myself for that. But yeah, I also sold Nvidia at 95 a share, so I don't think I'll forgive myself for that either. If you want a sleeper stock, something that's slow, sleeper, builds, it can go up and down a lot overnight, but Kawasaki. Kawasaki Heavy Industries. Oh. Split stock. Never mind. This will dip for a while. Yeah, it was at 20,000. They split stock. Stay away from it for now. It will need time to consolidate investors to round up price again. So what's your speciality, gold and silver? Not my speciality, I'd say it's what I started on. It's what most people from Trading 212 know me from. It's what a lot of my predictions were from. It's what got me a lot of my followers and a lot of pie chart copiers and stuff like that, is just because I gave good predictions for, I'd say, for a good solid 7 months, maybe. I was given prediction after prediction after prediction, and every single one of them were hitting. It was going up to my levels that I was calling, it was going down to the stop losses that I was saying. So it kind of gave people that insight to kind of trust my word a little bit more than other noise they hear on the market. But as always, I can be wrong. I'm not going to sit here and float your boat and be like, oh, I'm the best trader, I'm always right, blah, blah, blah. No trader is always right. No one always gets it right. You're going to lose money at some point. Where do we apply for pre-IPO? I will show you right now if I can find it. That's actually what I've been struggling with. But Robinhood, SpaceX pre-IPO. Retail investors can access SpaceX shares at the initial IPO price via Robinhood's IPO Access. Yeah, you have to apply for this. So he's offered $1 billion worth of stock to Robinhood to sell publicly before the IPO goes live. You have to apply through Robinhood though. I think it's potentially the only UK brokerage doing it. They're not a UK brokerage, obviously. Robinhood's US, but they allow trading in the UK. But I think it's one of the only ones that's actually allowing it in the UK. So it would have to be through Robinhood, and a lot of people don't know about it, to be honest. Obviously, big time investors, people who are really involved, they'll know about it, but not a whole lot of people know about the Robinhood pre-IPO. They don't know that you can get stock already if you just apply and get in. You have to be accepted, and for some of these companies, they might require that you hold it for 6 months or a year. So be careful whether you want to do that in a stocks account or whether you want to do that in a CFD account. But don't lie about your intentions. If you lie about the intentions when you apply, if you're going to purchase 80 shares and plan to sell them the same day the IPO happens and sell them all, it kind of looks bad because they were given that to you for long-term investing, for holding as an investor. It's kind of what the offer's for. So you're less likely to get accepted for that. But at least if you're truthful, you won't get banned from the platform for lying in the application. So if you're truthful and you still get through, you can sell first day. But yeah. Some people say it's overpriced if you buy right now. Is that SpaceX or gold? Sorry, I'm looking over here, guys. I got 3 monitors, so I'm over here looking at you guys. My stocks are on this main screen, and then I've got music on this main screen. So if it looks weird that I'm talking over here, I'm looking at you guys. Yeah, what's overpriced? Sorry, SpaceX, gold, silver, oil, maybe. SpaceX. I actually don't even know what they're offering it for right now. What they offering it for? 120 to 135 after a 5-for-1 split. Nah, that's huge. Think about market cap. Think about price to earnings ratio. Think about how many flights they do a year. They do loads and loads and loads of flights. Public flights too. They do live streams on YouTube that get around 100 to 200,000 viewers, 40,000 viewers all the time. They'll be getting paid from that alone. They have sponsors. I mean, it's Elon Musk. It's not just going to stay at space. It'll be space, then it'll be satellites that help power his houses with the Tesla tiles. Anything like that. Anything like that. It's Elon Musk. He's never going to stay just in one sector. Look at Tesla. It's AI, it's robots, it's cars, it's everything, and people just took it for a car company. It's very silly. Elon Musk isn't a stupid man. A lot of people might not like him, but he's not stupid. And he cares a lot about his businesses and making money. And that's good news for investors, because it means he's going to keep making money. He doesn't plan on slowing down. He only plans on speeding up and expanding. That's all he's done the past, 5 years with Tesla? Look at all the super gigafactories he's building and putting everywhere. Everybody thought Tesla was dead when it dipped back down to 200, and it's came right back up to 440. A lot of people don't know what they're talking about, and they go on hype, they go on Reddit news, they go on their own sentiment, greed, fear. I'm a greedy trader, but I don't give greedy advice. I'm greedy, it's my sin, but I don't give greedy advice, because if I'm giving advice, I want what's best for you guys. I don't want you guys getting stuck in the same kind of trap that I put myself into. I can give a perfect price prediction that will hit that price, but I get greedy and move my take profit, which I shouldn't do. So, I do stuff like that all the time. I'm only human, and sometimes I trade on emotion, but that doesn't mean I try and persuade everybody else to trade on that emotion as well. Oh, guys, I lost money, so this stock's going down. That's not how it works, and I'm not going to fearmonger people into doing that either. SpaceX at 120 to 135 a share, though? I think that's pretty generous. I think, honestly, SpaceX, whether now or 5 years from now, is going very easily to 1,000 a share. Very, very easily. They've got, a 1.12 trillion market cap? Something like that? SpaceX evaluation. 1.8 trillion. So almost $2 trillion is market cap. And that's planned. So that's what's planned. That's not even like if they get another little boost or more investors jumping in. 1.8 trillion. That's one of the highest market cap. I think it's the highest market cap on the market at 120 or 135 a share. Their price to earnings is crazy. Absolutely crazy. If you can get in for 120, I don't think it'll ever touch that price again. Or if it does, it'll be very short term. Or split stock. But they just did a 5-for-1 to go IPO and do public. So it's not very likely they're going to do another one very soon. 1.75 trillion, 1.25 trillion, 1.8 trillion. I mean, maybe overestimated. No chance. They work with NASA, they work with the government, they work with satellite, they work with internet, they work with all these mainframe things that we need in the future. They've got government contracts, they've got NASA contracts. The fundamentals are there, and I think a lot of people judge it on a being an Elon Musk company, and maybe people don't like Elon Musk, and that's fine. But you can't hate the company because you hate the person, if that makes sense. I mean, you can very easily hate the company, but it doesn't mean it's a bad company. It doesn't mean the fundamentals are bad, and I don't think SpaceX's fundamentals have ever been bad. I mean, they've the first ones to successfully land rockets back on Earth, create safer environments and more reliable rockets than just about anybody else in the space market. So I think 120 to 135 is fair for the short term, but I think midterm, couple months, I think we're maybe probably seeing 150 to 250 it jump up to. That's I think 120 is low in my opinion. I mean, that's a 5-for-1 split, so it was trading at what, 500 a share just before that. Yeah, just about 500, 600 a share just before the split stock. And once it gets made public and there's sentiment, Reddit hype, media hype, investor hype, everybody on YouTube will be telling you to buy it. I mean, it's going to pump itself. It'll be a bull market in the short term anyway. Unless there's a bunch of heavy investors that just take profit straight away. But yeah. Anything else? Anything else you guys want to know? Any stocks? Any, I don't know, any news? Anything, tips? Anything you guys need to know or are curious about? Yeah, I could sit on gold all day. Thanks, makes sense. No worries, man. Like I say, I'm only here to give my insight. No one will ever know everything. The top investors lose money every single day. So, it doesn't matter really what you ever do. Just, if there's one piece of advice I could give you, if you haven't been in the market for a long time, or even if you have, always do your own research. Always make sure you know the fundamentals behind something. Always make sure you know catalysts and events that are going to affect stock price. Look at news as well around stocks. Don't just look at the stock or the company's price to earnings. Look at news. See if they have lawsuits. See if they have, if they're about to win a lawsuit, if it's about to be overturned. All these things will help you with price predictions and where to go in the future and where stocks could be moving. The only things that aren't like that are gold. So that's relying on reserves and politics. And that's about it. Reserves, politics, and mines. If a mine turned around tomorrow and said they found another, 4 tons of gold? 5 tons of gold? Then gold price would probably fall in the short term. But only because that got found, it doesn't mean now oil's gonna rise. Because there's no fundamental reason for oil to rise more, just because they found more gold. That pushes gold down but keeps oil where it is. So it changes the market rules a little bit. You know? So, I don't know. That's probably the only piece of advice I give people. Do what I do. Use a practice account even if you trade with real money. Always use your practice account as well. It will keep you balanced. It will keep you somewhat level-headed. You can set the amounts in there. You can not predict things, but it gives you leeway. Seagate, I love Seagate. Um, if I'm being honest, Seagate is amazing. Um, a bit pricey for me personally. Obviously, I mean, I'm like you saw, I'm not really funded enough to be buying stocks that are worth 1,000. I could. I'd probably pump Micron right now. Seagate. I mean, look at this. We've seen this pattern before. Down, dip, slight up, down, dip. Right. Up, down, slight consolidation, continuation, dip, jump. So right now we could either see consolidation, a dip soon, and then a jump. But I don't think it's going to be going down anytime soon. Seagate's going to be used for everything. Um, Infrastructure, hard drives, mainframes, anything that involves storing and keeping things running with memory. Yeah, Seagate's there. You might have people who can make memory chips and AI chips, but Seagate's the one with all the hard drives, infrastructure, servers, networks. They can pump out as much as they need. They've been doing it for years. They're one of the most trusted, reliable um, companies. They supply a lot of private firms. They do custom builds. They work with Intel to make micro ATX hard drives that fit in bulk buy store orders. Like if you are in the UK, you know Curry's PC World. If they're selling PCs in there that are custom built and you can't find them anywhere else, probably AMD or Intel and Seagate that have made that, and Nvidia. They've all done a joint deal to make micro ATX parts that are specifically built for that store and that store only, and that PC and that PC only. So you've constantly got these guys running. I mean, it's the same story as when people told me I was stupid for having Intel in my pie charts when it was at $30. I put in a pie chart in my tech chart, and someone said, a bit silly, they've lost faith. I said, they've not lost faith. I'm like, think of any school you know, think of any office block you know, think of anything like that, any intro person to gaming, any met a lot of AI places right now. All of them are using Intel backed servers because AMD is for gaming and raw graphic performance, whereas Intel has always been a mainframe server hosting heavy load CPU which can handle running servers. AMD is optimized for completely different things. Sure, they can custom build for that reason, but it's not their forte. That's what Intel's for. And it's finally caught up now. I think companies are finally starting to see with the AI boom that Intel is a big player and they're going to be needed to host a lot of these AI servers. They're going to need them. But they're probably going to need a mix. They'll probably be hybrids in the future. Either supercomputers like Quantum or a mix of AMD and Intel chips. Intel running the server load and AMD running the workload. Stuff like that. But I don't think Intel's going anywhere. It's the same exact story. So I don't think Seagate's going to go anywhere. If you want short-term price, let's see, daily. Let's do a quick one here. Price range. Small range here. Order block. Which is fine. Because past that here. You see this? Order block broken. What happens? Boom. Bull market. Order block. Dips for a bit. Rejection. Right? Once that builds back up and now you bring this across. I don't know why I fucking did that. Once this builds up and comes across to here. So now we came down. Terrible, obviously. If it fell below, if I was back here and it fell below here, just above this one, so it fell on this candle at the low of 898, that would have been my stop loss. Because this shows for me it's the bottom of this, and if it crosses back from this and not on top of that, or not on top of this, it's showing a quick, swift turnaround. But now it came down and climbed back up slowly, and we look at this. Where did it climb up? Rejected here. So consolidation and buyers holding, not selling, not letting things get to them, not showing paper hands. So we come back up. Now we got another order block here. These three sections. Bang, bang, bang. that got crossed. Again, we see rejection. It gets crossed, it gets rejected for a bit because a lot of sellers are now going to have to sell all their stock and buy a hell of a lot of positions to try and make all that money back. So, gets forced down for the short term. Long term, that shit comes back up. And in some cases, like right here, it flies back up. It doesn't just trickle. Which one did I just show? I'm on Seagate right now. So this is a Seagate technology. STX ticker. They're on trading two. They're on everything. Trading 212. They're not just a select few. And I was on gold before that. But right now we got price here. I mean, yeah, it could be a bull market if we close above here. What's the top of this? Top is 923. So we cross above here in the order block, which we didn't. Right, we're still below it. We need to cross above this line here and have a candle, a green candle, finish above target area. So we need a green candle finishing about here, slightly above. And then you could expect rejection, and it could fall back down to here to this order block, and then ping back up. There's two ways it could go. It could fall, hit this rejection here, and ping. Or it could hit, consolidate, and ping. That's the two options you got. Once you hit that order block and you have a green candle finish in this box here, between the 924 to 926 range, then it's showing bull market. It's showing price turnaround. This consolidation zone here has now been bought up. Everybody's still buying at these levels, which you can see. I mean, it's above 915. We're sat on 921 right now, and people are still buying the level it's holding. So I would say it's looking good. It's looking like a bull market, statistically. What were their earnings? Let's have a quick look. %44 up. For the next quarter, project revenues 2.45 billion, EPS of 5. Right now their EPS is 4.1 and 3.11 billion. So they hit that in Q4. Very good. Very good signs. Obviously short term after the release earnings you might see a bit of a dip. Holy 14. 14 is absolutely crazy, bro. It hasn't been $14 in it ain't been $14 since 2011, bro. Holy shit. I was like, what, 8? I was 8. You know? Holy. That's a killer price to get shares of Seagate for. That's an absolutely... I mean, if anything adjusts for inflation, it's stocks. Never mind wages at a job. Stocks, for sure, adjust for inflation. Especially if you've got a steady company. Something like, you know, Seagate, it was bound to succeed. One of the top players in hard drives. I mean, tech was obviously the future. Guaranteed success. You find another company like that nowadays, and you're probably laughing. Which is what I'm thinking with Virgin Galactic. I mean, Virgin Galactic used to trade at what, 1200? Yeah, it looks like a terrible chart, to be fair. But all time, yeah. I mean, we were trading at 1,256 at peak, and right now we're at the lows. Now, I want everybody to remember this chart looks exactly like the beginning of Rolls Royce. Order books filled for next year, taking orders for 2028. I'm not surprised. With AI, tech boom, quantum, space, with everything that hard drives are going to be needed for, I'm surprised they're not booked out till like 2030, bro. Genuinely. I'm genuinely surprised they even have slots left in 2028. Two 2005. That's some good shit, man. Genuinely. I wish in 2005, when I was 2 years old, I was on the stock market. You know, seems like everything was cheap. I say cheap. I mean, $14 back then. I mean, it's still cheap, but it's not really. You know, like it is cheap, but it's still a decent chunk of your wage back then to be forking out. So, I mean, I still wish I was. I still wish I was alive then, bro, and knew what I knew now. Holy shit. I feel like I could be fucking rich, finding all these stocks at fucking absolute steals. Like, imagine getting Nvidia IPO. You'd be fucking laughing by now. Or Micron. Or even Netflix. I mean, Netflix went up to what, 1,100 last year? That was fucking crazy. They had to reverse stock split 10 to 1. That was nuts. I'm surprised Spotify hasn't stock split. But yeah, Virgin Galactic came in. It was trading at 260 average for a good while. You know, 2018, 2019 didn't really move. 2020 they do some flights. Things are looking good. Satellites are being built, and then 2021 to 2022 they announce they're going to halt flights. Look at the stock price. Bang, 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 bang. Now recently, as we can see here, by a little bit of a change, by this order block here, this is fucking huge. This is huge. The fact that there are this many buy orders right now is absolutely huge. Right? They've only just released that they're going to start making flights again in Q3, Q4, and Q1. So Q3 2026, Q4 2026, and Q1 2027. They've confirmed they're going to be resuming flights and testing out some new aircraft they've made. Now, if these flights are successful, we could hope to see a good little jump here. I'm not saying we're going back to 1,200. I'm not saying we're even going back to 1,000, especially not overnight. You know, this took a couple years to wind down to where it was. But these order blocks are what you need to pay attention to. These are very, very good indicators right here. This is a lot of buying pressure, and you see selling pressure is still quite slow all throughout 2026. I mean, there's a little bit of selling pressure here, but it's slow. This absolutely wipes it out, creates a short squeeze like what we've seen today. So in the daily, this is what we've seen. The short squeeze happened. So we had loads of order blocks for buys. Pumping that shit. Then it closed overnight. Boom. Rockets. Well, over the weekend, sorry. Because they announced that they're going to be starting flights again. And a lot of people missed it. They're going through a bit of a legal dispute, shall we say? They're going through a bit of a legal dispute. And it looks like they're going to win. And it's going to be overturned. And it won't really matter. So with that in mind, it's looking good for Virgin Galactic. It's a space stock. We all know where space stocks are going in the next anywhere from 5 to 10 years. Anywhere from 1 to 10 years, to be honest, with space. Everybody's hyping it right now. But for every good reason. I mean, space is the future. Everybody wants to get off it or companies want to start mining asteroids or meteors and finding ways to do that and bringing resources back. Once they figure out how to do that, it's game over for most metals and commodities. Most paper stuff is going to fall in price. It'll still have its uses, it'll be expensive to get and bring back, but there'll be so much more availability that paper is not going to make sense to trade. I don't think anymore for metals once they learn how to do that. Companies will still be worth it, of course, but being in the companies that are gonna get there first is what you want. So SpaceX, Virgin Galactic, ASTS, Space Mobile, Rocket Lab. You have all these companies that are gonna be involved in all these things. Anything with space, they're gonna be involved in. But Virgin Galactic is actually starting to look like a real chart again. It's not just a dead end. And we could say it was a short-term rally, but it's very good that it closed above 7 because it's been building up over the past few days and had a major jump today, which means we're entering a pretty nice bull market and we're seeing continuation of uptrend with slight pullbacks, which is normal. You're never going to get a stock that only goes up, but we're seeing clear signs of continuation over time here. I mean, look at this line. It's absolutely crazy from here all the way up. Ching, 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 ching. I mean, short market. Nah, I mean, it already broke it. Fell below it, so you'd have to start from here now. Yeah, I mean, this would have to fall off a cliff on open. Pre-market, it's trading at 692. So it stayed above pre-market. It's still at about 6, which is pretty good. It's not that much of a pullback. But we can see it meeting that line, or staying on that course anyway, between these. So it does look like maybe a sharp fall in the morning. I mean, other space stocks are not doing that well right now. I think they had their pump last week, and right now it's they're chilling out a bit. I think ASTS is down pre-market as well. No, it's up pre-market. This is good. This is good. So space stocks are up pre-market. Rocket Lab, how you doing? Up pre-market, $2. Very nice. What is that one? Virgin, Rocket Lab, ASTS. What was the other one? Oh well, mind blanked. Sorry. Another good play is you. Brilliant. I mean, this chart looks terrible. It's because I'm in the 1 day. You go to like a 5 day or 5 day looked worse. Yeah, you doesn't look great overall, but then yearly, I mean, you can come to 6 months still a little choppy. But right now, you Energy Fuels, they're going to be heavy players in the future. I don't know a lot of people don't seem to know about their fundamentals. You, very good play. Very, very good play. I'd maybe get in after this fixes a little bit. Maybe he's going to get some consolidation, a little bit of selling pressure here. So maybe wait for this to come down a little bit, maybe into that 15, 16 zone. Or wait for a buy until you get a green candle that closes above. We'll go on the high end. So you want a green candle to close and be filled. So not the wick, you want it to be filled above 23.18, and that's a clear indication of bull market. That's another breakout. If you're looking for a bit of a slower entry, maybe you look for that 16 to 15 if it decides to continue downwards. Pre-market it is up a little bit, but not much. It rises slowly. But we're seeing massive order blocks of buyers here. Boom, 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 boom. Huge buys. And now we're seeing a little bit of selling pressure, but nothing too heavy like we haven't seen before. Selling pressure, a little bit, little bit, little bit. But these buy orders, great. Absolutely amazing. Boys, I am genuinely sorry about that. I'm not paying for YouTube Premium. I refuse. I'm sorry. I can't pay for it based on the fact that trying to get you to pay for it, you watch YouTube on a TV, you get like 4 ads. 4 ads back to back. Unskippable. But I can't watch nothing. But I ain't paying that damn price. Is June 12th confirmed launch date for SpaceX? I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'll double check right now if it's been confirmed. But 12th seems to be... SpaceX initial public offering widely expected to begin trading the Nasdaq ticker SPCX June 12th. So it's widely believed pricing of shares should be on the 11th, where we find out what the actual price is going to be set at. Right now, like I said, the analysis is it's around 120 to 135 range for initial price. Yeah, but retail access, this is the big one. Up to 5% of shares of all the shares have been set aside for a direct share program aimed at employees, friends, and retail investors. So us guys, us little fries. So we get to apply to trade it early if you want to. And in case you weren't here when I said that before, you can do that on Robinhood. And if you're in the States or somewhere else in the world, there are other trading platforms that allow you to do that also. Not sponsored. I don't even use Robinhood as my main trading platform, but it is one that is offering you to apply for SpaceX pre-IPO, which is great. Doesn't happen a lot, especially not with big companies like that. It's actually quite refreshing. Love or hate Elon Musk, it's actually quite a good thing that he's doing, or at least trying to do. It gives retail investors a bit of a chance to fight back, earn some gains. So not bad. Not bad. I feel like I should just, I don't know. I should just dress up as Trump and just do stock analysis in a Trump voice. Just so it sounds like I'm definitely not pumping the markets. Because he definitely doesn't do that. At all. Wink, wink. I'm too involved in politics to know all that shit. Quite frankly, I don't think you know enough. Not about politics, and quite frankly, not enough about me. Nah, bro, that's stupid. But yeah. What else we got? What's a hot stock right now? What's another stock everybody's talking about? What could we evaluate? Micron's always fucking getting spoken about right now, bro. This is honestly this kind of chart terrifies me because it looks to me that at any moment it could just go bang, and that terrifies me, especially if they split stock. They haven't said they will, but the chances of a split stock scare me. I can't lie. Imagine buying this shit at 1,000 and you get 10 shares at 100 instead. Nah, bro. Look what happened to Netflix when they split stock. That shit just fell. Is there a limit to the amount we apply? I imagine if there's only 5% up for grabs, I would imagine so. Yeah, most likely. Most likely there's going to be a certain amount. Maybe if you ask, you get. You know, there's going to be a lot of people asking for maybe 1, 2, 10. You know, there's going to be people not asking for a whole lot of them. That just know about it, that you can apply for it. So you can maybe shoot and see, or give them like 3 different amounts. But there might be a limit on there. I would imagine there's probably a limit if they're only giving up 5%. They'll have to somewhat distribute that evenly so that a big investor doesn't just sign up, get accepted, and buy them all. You know. President Pump, quite frankly, you wouldn't know a pump if you seen one. I could give you the biggest pump like this one. I could do a GameStop 2.0, quite frankly, but I don't want to do that. In fact, we might just focus on ending this war and taking the price of oil back down. Quite frankly, it's getting quite out of hand. Crude, isn't it? This is not the one I trade, bro. It's terrible. The fuck? I don't want to become a broadcaster. President Pump, bro. For real. So yeah. There we go. 90 a barrel right now. 90 a barrel right now. 90 a barrel. I also used to trade the DAX a lot, but then it switched up on me. Started going all funny. I do like the DAX. Actually, it looks quite bullish right now. Can't lie. It looks very bullish right now. Ding ding. If this green candle finishes above this, is it? We need it to finish above what? What's that? 25,435. If it finishes above that, man, we're fucking pretty laughing. That could be a major bull move. Up to 26. That'd be nice. The DAX was also another one that it follows quite similar patterns daily. You know, if you look at the daily chart, it's pretty similar. Ding 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 ding. It kind of just always does the same thing. It's quite predictable. I mean, look at this. If you play the mornings right and the nights right, DAX is pretty easy. Once you watch it for a few days, learn how the pattern works, and see that it does it pretty much every day, apart from Fridays. Fridays and Mondays will always be just completely random days that can fuck you over. But get the sentiment from those days, you know. Friday's usually a take profit day, 9 times out of 10. And Monday isn't usually a sell off all the time, but usually it's actually a pump, so it's a sign of a good week to come or a bad week to come. So if you see the entirety of a space stocks are down on a Monday, probably not the best time to get into space stocks. Maybe look at something else that's gaining. So look at tech, look at AI, look at commodities, things like that. Look at what's actually pumping on a Monday, and it should give you market sentiment for the week to look out for. We've seen this major dip here. Same thing we're seeing every day. So it comes up, it comes down, it comes up, it comes down. Buy sell order is the same, basically the same, apart from big sell order here. Yeah, quite similar patterns. Quite similar patterns. Does quite a lot of the same things. But we're in a bull run right now, you can see this. Continuation straight upward. Isn't dipping below, isn't creating new lower lows. New higher highs. and higher lows as well. I mean, that one hasn't even been set yet. It needs to fall down on this line to be set 25.3. So it could honestly just go past that. Doesn't look anywhere near it. Yeah, rejected here. This is mini consolidation, so we've got a small order block here. Order block here. Order block here. Right. Right now we got an order block here. So if this candle breaks this, that would be a buy. No, that's a range again. So it breaks here. Ching. Need to. And your stop loss would be at this order block here. And your take profit would be, honestly, like 2400. If I could set it that high. Yeah, I bet there, 2400. But then if it hits this order block and falls through, then you have a short. So it hits this and falls through. Now you have a short. Oh, short. Where your stop loss is this high. And your take profit is this order block. And that's the DAX 40 in a nutshell for the next hour. I mean, it's UK open, EU open, so there you go. You got a shell position here. First target could be there. You could have a second target down here if you wanted to. I'd play it safe. You could set one there, play it conservative. But there, 25.2, that's been a bit hopeful. It's a 100-point fall. But you see which way it goes. Right now we're seeing a bit more consolidation than it has seen, so this could drop. Upside down green hammer, I mean it's not too bad. This green would need to come up with a second green to finish above here. So right now, mini, I mean absolute mini, like 10-second breakout line is like here. And 10-second like bull line, I mean it's already pretty close, but there. You know. And we'll make this one red. So you got 4 order blocks. That's where money's accumulating, building up by sellers, heavy, and that's where price rejection or acceptance could be heading for the day, based on what we see. So this breaks above here, it forces shorters here to sell their positions, which pumps us higher. Low key what I want, because I hate shorting. I very rarely short stocks. I look for buy positions. I don't like to short. It's not my expertise. I stick to going long, personally. Yeah, oil's coming back down a bit. Decent. What we're seeing here, red candle, not great. Higher low here, but lower high. Start of a downtrend. Could be. Mm-hmm. This EU waking up and taking Japan's profits. Well, Asia's, I guess. The whole of Asia. Shouldn't just say Japan. I'm biased. I like Japan. Japan's sick. Didn't cross immediate sell, so you wouldn't have entered yet. No reason to. Don't be impatient. This is the line we're trying to break right now, before it breaks this one. If it breaks this, then you could buy, but I'd wait for either this breakout or this order block to accept it, because it could break out here and then just get immediately rejected and tumble. So you want confirmation. Immediate sell crossed, so you could enter a short here. Yeah, order block. See if it accepts or rejects. Remember your stop loss is here. Order block has been hit. A little bit of buyer resistance, not much. Looks like it'll break through. Selling pressure is easing a little. They just got bought up quickly too. Sold immediately. Solid block. Yeah. Looks like the start of a downtrend. We're in order block number 1 right now, so you could open a short. Yeah. Price rejection. Seller acceptance. Buyers getting weak hands. Some of these stop losses getting hit down here and here. Pushing this down further because they're going to be buying shares, trying to get back up. Greedy. Like me. But we're falling through this consolidation zone, so it looks like it's heading down to our short take profit sooner than our green take profit. But that's fine, because then here, if it starts to go back up again, it's entry. DAX follows similar patterns, so it comes back down here, most likely going to get rejected because there is a lot of buying pressure here. So we're in consolidation zone. If you want a perfect buy, you want it to break below 2300. You want to see at least 2999. 25999. No, 25299. Fucking hell.
Get more from your holiday with 2E. Get more splash with free on-site.
Green didn't finish below this line. I mean, it's kind of saving it. As long as it stays along this trajectory. Yeah. Could be. No, there we go. Rejection. Rejection. Yeah. That's why you'd be in the short. Right there. Hammer. Bearish doji. No, that's not doji. You're too far up. Not even a hammer. Kind of got bought back up a little. Stay in consolidation. Drop below over and take profit levels now. Zone at least. So if you did enter this short right now, you are in a little bit of profit depending on how much you bought. I expect it to come down here and then make a small green candle here or here. Either this next one or the one after is going to be green. Probably not a big green though, probably a small green followed by a bigger green and then continuation down to the red. At least till next buyer zone, because this is weak buyers. This is just small order blocks. They're easy to wipe out. This is accumulation where price kind of stabilizes for a short minute, but over here there's none of that. There's no stability here. So once it's through this, it can just dive through this until it gets to this level here where there's a bit more money being held. There we go. Paul Gabriel. Well, that's not my chat. Told you this one and the next one would be green. Had to be. Genuinely had to be. No other way for it to go down. You need some sort of buyer here to get scared with weak hands. Which if this goes immediately red afterwards, he will do. And he'll sell. Because his stop loss will be here. What did I say? A green followed by a bigger green. Maybe not. We're getting to take profit quicker than I thought. I gave you the short, I gave you the long entry. Whatever you wanted to pick was up to you. We fell to short continuation first. Even right now you're in a nice little profit. For what? A 10-minute trade? 20-minute trade? Easy. Easy money. Even that. It's not even hit take profit yet. Yo, these ads, man. There we go, though. Move this slightly up here. You want top order block. Top of the order block. And we're very close to take profit. Pretty weak buying pressure. Very weak. Short term short. Just fell about 100 points. Roughly. 78 points. Should fall the full 100 after its rise last night. And then continuation up, maybe creating a little pyramid in the 15-minute. There we go. First take profit hit. Now if you wanted a second take profit, it would be the top of this one. And that's your money for the day. That would be over 100 points. Under a 100-point move is quite a big move, so that would be probably your gain for the day. It's probably a good 20% on the portfolio, depending on how much you risk. So there's your hit for the day, I guess. Live stock. Gave you entries, clear buy sell positions, what to look for. And then it followed through exactly how I told you it would. So it doesn't always happen, like I say, but fundamentals, the DAX is kind of my baby. I like the DAX. It's always quite nice to me. Like I say, I don't particularly enter short trades. I can scope them, but I don't like them. I prefer to go long. So right now we're seeing rejection, so if it builds up more rejection into buying pressure, then you're seeing this order block is staying strong right now. They're showing resistance. You know, it fell through order block, but it got resisted. There's a tiny little bit here still left. On top of this, where it started. So, if they can resist, it could come back up. And like I say, once you're now through this order block, you can buy. So, if this order block comes back over here, right? So if this order block comes back up like this, right? That's your buy entry right here. And then you're hoping to go back up all the way up to at least here, right? But you're really hoping for the peak, new all-time high for the day. But this is your order block. You've got another small one here. small order block here. Right? It's not big. Quite small. This could reject and come down. Create another peak like this. Come down. And then come back up. Right? But this is an order block. And this is now what's looking like creating a slightly higher order block where it falls through. That's why we don't enter yet. We just made our money for the day. You know, so you don't enter till you're confident. Wait for this order block to be crossed and accepted. Finish here. Entry between bottom and top. But make sure it's accepting. Don't get one green candle and get happy. You want to see it break through with candlestick. Right, let me undo a couple of the hide drawing. Oh, okay. I don't know how to. I think it's just like this. Yeah. So I'll draw one. If it does come up to here, which it doesn't look like it's doing, it's following continuation to second stop lost target, which is basically about to hit right here. But yeah, if it did come back up and you were looking for an entry long, you're looking for a candle that comes kind of block small wick, like really small, and a big wick which crosses over. You want this to be green, and then you're hoping the next candle opens, right, and goes solid up to next order block. It's not long for it to move, right, and it might get rejected for a little bit, so it might be a bit of a red. That's more or less, oh, still drawn, what you're looking for. Candlestick, small wick bottom, big wick crossing over, consolidation at 310, then next big green wick going right up, or at least halfway, you know, or halfway, you know. Right, next order block, you see this again, price of rejection, because there's orders here, there's money, so there's orders here. This is where it'll dance for a little bit, ding 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 ding, and it could either go ka-ching back down to next order block, or it could reject here and come back up to this order block, which you could then technically enter and follow up to this order block. Right, so I'm giving you a lot of day trading entries, shorts, buys. We've hit double take profit on the short already from the entry I told you to get in here. So, you know, we would have been in here and you would have gotten all this. Easy. Easy money for the day. 300 down to 350. 340. Almost 100 points. Easy. What? 25 minutes? Money made for the day. Alright. But that's going to be me, guys. I work night shift, in case you didn't know that. Obviously, it's first live stream, so you guys don't know a whole lot about me. But I work night shift. I work 12 hours. So I come in after work. I've already been to the gym and all that kind of stuff as well. So, thanks for coming in, stopping along. First live stream, it's been good. hopefully many more. I'll be live tomorrow, probably around the same time, for EU and UK Open. And I can give price predictions, beginner tips, anything you guys need to know, general knowledge. And yeah, thank you guys so much for being here.